Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the lovely weather show here. Sorry, guys, once that I'm on super late, and two, sorry for not being on today. It's been a little bit of a day today, and I've been trying to rest up for this coming up week here. I'm trying not to stream as much as I possibly could because we're more than likely going to be streaming about 40 to 60 hours between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday's event coming up here. So, like I said, today's event was a hail event. We did have a couple tornadoes today that were across Texas and Oklahoma, and up into Kansas, even up in Nebraska, and up and towards Iowa. We saw tornadoes this afternoon in those areas. I also want to mention something as well, guys. We saw 5-inch diameter hail today in Lubbock, Texas. 5-inch diameter hail. That does not happen very often. Sorry to all of y'all that were looking for me. I was not, like I said, I was not able to be on this afternoon. So the thing that matters is we're here. We've got some severe weather to cover here. We've actually got an active tornado warning this evening here, this overnight hour here into portions of western Oklahoma. And this is actually trying to take aim here potentially at Oklahoma City. So we're going to have to watch this. We've got a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings off here to the west. We've got basically a line of storms that's going to be ongoing here. If I can get my reflectivity to show up, that would be super awesome. Let's see if we can get this to pop up here. Maybe. There we go. Yep, line of storms coming through here. This is a little bit... Is this updated? Let me make sure this is updated here. Bear with me here, guys. I think our radar is having some issues currently. Might be having some radar issues. Let me go to the short range here and see if it's doing anything. Maybe. Guys, bear with me here. We might have some technical difficulties. There we go. There's our storm. All right, so this tornado warning expires in 30 minutes. I don't know what our radars are doing and what's going on right now, but that's what we've got going on. We've got a tornado warning here in western Oklahoma. Let me see if I can get a better... judgment here of what we're looking at least velocity wise, so we can see what we're looking at. Yeah, so it's a storm right here that is west of Oakwood. So this is from Mutual, Oklahoma, Sealing, Oklahoma, Tologa, Oklahoma. If you're in this area here, please be seeking shelter. This warning is out for the next 35 minutes here. Sealing, Huckmack, Cestos, and Mutual, Oklahoma here, guys. So we're going to be watching OKC. I will mention Oklahoma City, you guys just got put in a severe thunderstorm watch until 4 a.m. 2-inch diameter ham, possibly an isolated tornado, and 70-mile-per-hour winds. It seems to be Oklahoma City really just likes to see overnight thunderstorms, and I don't know why that is, but it just is a thing. We also got some decent supercells that are developing over here as well, back here into portions of eastern Texas Panhandle on top of that tornado warning, so we're going to keep you guys updated on that. I want to talk a look at these cells here. We are still looking at significant decent hail out here this evening across portions of Miami. We've got Miami, Texas here. We've got just north of Wheeler, Texas. This is going to eventually cross Interstate 40 here. Cheyenne, Oklahoma. Back here towards Butler, Oklahoma. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So we do still have severe weather ongoing tonight, guys. And believe it or not, this is actually going to start to eventually fizzle out at some point here. A lot of the models actually didn't even have this being a thing this evening here. They had most of these supercells dying off with a potential low-end scenario for an MCS developing, and we're actually seeing that happen, which is quite interesting. So this is the cell that is tornado warning. Like I said, our radar is just not working with us today. Let me check something here really quickly and see if something is not working properly. But give me just 2.5 seconds here, guys. I'm going to check on my phone and make sure that I'm reading this right. I don't want to give y'all some wrong information and I'd be completely off of it. Yeah, no, it's that cell right there. That's it. It's that little cell right here that's outside of this line. It's behind the line of thunderstorms. So once again, Sealing, Vici, I'm going to say, Tologa. Be mindful here, guys. We've got, once again, a tornado warning here in effect here. We're going to go zoom in, and we're going to look at the velocity on this and just take a look here. Yeah, I mean, this has got some pretty decent, velocity on it. Make sure you guys are seeking shelter if you are in this tornado warning. Please. These are overnight tornadoes. We've already seen enough tornadoes and some large hail today. Extremely, guys, we saw Godzilla hail today is basically what I'll put it at in terms of the hail ratio. We ended up getting a potential hail estimate ratio of 5.2 inches today in Texas. So Just wild stuff, wild stuff ongoing here. I can already tell you, it looks to me that this storm is not going to last too much longer. We're already starting to see this become outflow dominant. So you're starting to see those red colors kind of back off here. We've still got some pretty strong outflow here with this storm, but this is still continuing, or inflow, I should say. This storm is still continuing to rotate. Not seeing a correlation coefficient on that as of right now. Echo tops are pretty decent, or around 35 to 45,000 feet. Let's take a look at gate-to-gate shear. Yeah, so this is, like I said, this is inflow dominant. Basically, when you've got strong shear like this, not strong shear, but you have a decent amount of shear, you're going to have a lot of those blue colors popping up. So this tornado warning should expire here relatively soon. 605 Chaser, good to see you here, bud. Thank you for the goat gift. I appreciate it. Aubrey, Mandy, Claire, thank you guys for the gifts. I do appreciate it very, very, very much. Thank y'all for the love. I appreciate it. Can you guys hear me and see me okay on stream? I want to double check really, really quickly here if you guys can make sure you're seeing me. Make sure y'all are good over here on my end. Awesome. Okay, so TikTok's good. How are we over on YouTube? Are we good on YouTube, guys? I'm looking over here at my chat like I got my head crooked. Besides the severe weather, guys, we're going to do a deep breakdown tonight on what the hell is going to be happening on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. There's a lot of... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've not seen, and this might just be my For You page on TikTok. Let's hope that's the case. Believe it or not, I've not actually seen a lot of people giving out false information in terms of severe weather. Now, I bet that's going to ramp up once hurricane season gets here because everybody thinks they're a meteorologist when hurricane season gets here. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I haven't seen a lot of people getting on here and, saying stuff, but there is some people out there that will give false information. So I don't know who you guys listen to weather-wise, if it's me or if you listen to other people, whoever it is. We're going to do an official breakdown on what Mesomat thinks about Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we'll do that. So, is my sound okay, guys? Someone just said, please fix sound. Is my sound okay? Can we check? Can we get a mod over on YouTube and make sure it's looking okay over there? Because that's where I'm seeing the issues at. I just want to make sure we're good on both before I keep going here. It's okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if you have not subbed to me over on YT, make sure y'all do that as well. We're live on both platforms. We'll continue to be live on both platforms. Guys, we're almost monetized over there too, so that's going to help bring some more really cool things to the table, guys. I am in works. I'm going to let you guys know now. I am in works, at least attempting to get in works with contracting with a Storm Chaser or two so we can start to get live feed from Storm Chasers. It's going to take a little bit more time than I expected. I was going to potentially have something on the table for today, but going forward, I am in works with trying to figure something out on that end of things. If you guys know, respect to all of our Storm Chasers out there, as always. I love what they do. They give us the most important information on that ground contact, so we need to know that a tornado is on the ground. As you guys know, they need money to be able to stream, to go out, to do all that stuff, etc. It's not free. It's not how that works. But I am in works in potentially figuring out something along the lines of that here in the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months. So that's in works. It's going to take some time, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. Also, we should be rolling out merch, guys, very, very, very soon. I mentioned that yesterday in the live stream. If you guys have not officially checked my official website out, mesomatwx.com, the link is in my bio. You guys can go sign up to get the alert when the merch store drops. It should be potentially this weekend. We are waiting for samples on t-shirts to get here so I can make sure and Rochelle can make sure that they fit, that they look good. That way they're not giving you guys horrible garbagey merch. But yes, that should be potentially rolling out either on Saturday or Sunday or maybe even Monday. We're waiting to kind of see. But there will be a whole entire shop of stuff that's opened up. If you guys don't know my lovely significant other, Spider VE3 there in the chat, my lovely Rochelle, she's probably going to hate me that I call her that, but she has, guys, I want you guys to understand something. She has busted her butt on merch. Rochelle is the one that is making the merch happen. If it was not for her, I would not be able to do it on my own. I'm not great with that stuff. This is all a her thing. She is doing it out of the love and the passion of her heart to give you guys that to help, just support. So make sure you guys, once that drops, y'all go check that out. She's going to be dropping that here very, very soon. I'm super excited about that. Yeah, there's just going to be a lot of really, really cool things in that are going to be there for that. So make sure y'all go sign up for the email. It's mesomatwx.com. Link in my bio. We'll talk about more on that once that release gets here. So yeah, we'll be doing that. Super. That's actually wild, Austin. Good to see you in here, by the way, bud. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, guys, tornado warning here still in effect. We've got about 25 minutes left on this. I'm actually shocked they haven't dropped this warning just because there's not a lot with this anymore. I will mention, we are going to have a pretty nasty line of storms that's going to be coming through OKC here pretty soon. So there is a severe thunderstorm warning back here over here into Enid. We'll keep you guys updated on that here. I believe this is for hail up to not even an inch, 60-mile-per-hour winds with this threat. And you guys can actually see, I'm going to switch over to display capture so you guys can actually see my drawing. You guys see this little hunky chunky line right here that's out in front of this line of storms? This is what you call an outflow boundary, and these produce significant winds. You can actually get up to maybe 60 to 70 mile per hour winds with these outflow boundaries. So you're probably going to feel that here coming into Kingfisher, Guthrie, Stillwater, along Interstate 35 north of Oklahoma City. You're probably going to feel that here pretty soon. Once that outflow boundary comes through, you'll get a pretty nice shelf cloud that'll come in. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful shelf cloud coming in. I can just tell you just basing off the structure of the line that's coming in here, but there will be some pretty nasty winds that come in with that. And then we'll have, like I said, the heavy rain, the hail, and then the actual winds that come in with the storm. So are we going to get a tornado in Oklahoma City tonight? Hopefully not. That's why we're on here. We're going to hopefully get you guys through that. We do have a couple supercells that are still ongoing here back into portions of the Texas Panhandle here. But most of these storms, as time progresses, should start to fizzle out. I do just kind of want to show you guys a brief model run here of kind of what that's going to look like in a nutshell here. And you can see the models, didn't really show a line of storms developing, kind of semi-discrete here, but what's happening right now is the models just did not really show, and that can't happen. Models aren't going to be 100% right. So whenever these storms do in fact start to weaken, will kind of be where we start to see the severe weather threat calm down for today. This isn't going to be an all overnight event for you guys. Once these storms, like I say, reach below severe threshold, we should be pretty good here. So hold on one second, y'all. So yeah, we're going to be here. We're going to talk about that. Like I said, guys, I want to do more of a breakdown on what's going to happen. I want you guys to understand. If you guys watched Connor's stream earlier tonight, I think he was on for like 3 hours. So he was mentioning that as well. If you guys don't follow Connor's Climate Corner, basically my brother literally does the same exact thing I do. Part of my weather team. Appreciate what he does. Beyond words. So he was basically doing a breakdown. I'm going to do a breakdown as well on it, a little bit more in depth as well as he does. We just got a lot to talk about. I want you guys to understand what's going to happen next week. This isn't going to be some, hopefully as of right now, it's not going to be some big blown, significant, like widespread tornado outbreak. We do have the threat for a tornado outbreak across Iowa, Minnesota, maybe into western Wisconsin, up towards Kansas and Nebraska on Monday, and then potentially something even significant on Sunday. So, and then we'll be in the Ohio Valley and into the upper Great Lakes and up into the Northeast on Tuesday. So we're going to have 3 days significant wise that we're watching next week, and it's going to start on Sunday. So I'll just kind of give you guys a heads up, kind of my game plan in terms of what stream is going to do. We're going to do probably 2 live streams tomorrow. I want to, because I've yet to get to do this. I'm going to get my videos out to you guys in the morning. I want to do a live stream midday for you guys tomorrow. And then we're going to have our nightly live stream, but there won't be any severe weather coverage because we've only got a marginal risk for tomorrow. So I'm not expecting to do coverage on that. We'll have another couple of live streams on Saturday to get you guys ready to go. And I expect to be in coverage mode on Sunday. We'll be in coverage mode on Monday, and we'll be in coverage mode on Tuesday and possibly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if this secondary trough moves through and we get severe weather down in the southeast. So we're going to be very, very busy, guys, over the next couple of days. That's kind of why I didn't cover today, because I needed to just get myself ready to go. I didn't want to sit on for 10 hours today and cover large hail. As much as that's a big deal, it clearly is. I just didn't want to exhaust myself to the point where I'm not ready to go for next week. So our school's going to be canceled in Iowa next week. I can't make that judgment call. The storms look like they're going to be initiating after school, so we'll see what happens. It'll just depend. So we'll see what happens with that there. Hail does have feelings. No, we had some significant hail today. Significant hail. We ended up getting 5.2-inch diameter hail in east of Lubbock, Texas this afternoon. So there was hail today. There definitely was hail. For 100% certain on that one there. Let's get up here to our radar site here. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, we've got some pretty significant winds up here. So this is going to be up here near Enid, Breckenridge, Garber, 60-mile-per-hour winds. We might even be getting potentially right at 60s. Yeah, so right here at the 60-mile-per-hour wind marks, maybe some upper 60s here. Definitely some damaging winds moving through here. If you're up in front of this line of storms, moving towards northern portions of Oklahoma here, expect some significant winds. 60 to 70 miles per hour is kind of my initial thoughts on this. Kind of as of right now. Hold on one second, y'all. So we'll do that. Let's go down here to Elk City. 1-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds out of this severe thunderstorm warning. And then, like I said, the other two warnings over here. Ooh, 2.5-inch hail again. Let's check and see if Amarillo's got. Let's see here. This takes a little bit of time for this to load in. Oh, come on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me here. Maybe we'll get to use the radar tonight. Let me refresh here really quickly. Let me refresh. Let's zoom all the way in here again. There we go. There we go. All right, so the tornado warning in Oklahoma dropped. So that's some good news, at least from what I'm seeing. Yeah, tornado warning has dropped. So we'll kick that thing out of here. Like I said, the biggest thing here, Wheeler, Texas, you guys got tennis ball size hail, 2.5 inches in diameter coming through your backyard right now. Zoom back out here. There we go. There's our radar. Yeah, there's going to be lots of lightning when you get large hail. That's just part of the updraft process for storms to intensify. And there's Jenny Purr. Every time. I'm not even joking. Every single time. I can't sit here during a day and have her sit with me, but it's always when I get on stream. Hold on one sec, y'all. Okay. Yep, y'all want to see the purrs. Here's the purrs. There she is. You never can get enough of the purrs. Are you going to actually look up? Or are you just going to lay your head down? This is my baby, I swear. Like, this cat is in love with me. Did I see yesterday? Yes, I did see yesterday. I absolutely 100% did. I did. Yeah, that was, yeah. Yeah, Clovis yesterday. Yep. 100%, Austin. We got on here and covered for a couple hours yesterday, and like, I just can't do this. It's Clovis. Like, I'm not doing Clovis all over again. See, and then, you know, here's the thing with Jenny Purr. I yeet her on the bed. She comes running back for more. Like, it's just, it has to be a stream thing. Like, she knows when I get on stream, and it's like, it's her time to shine. I don't know why this is, but it is. Like, what is it? You want all the attention when it's not your time for attention. It's my time for attention. Oh, no, for real. No, for real. Only in Clovis. It's only in Clovis. 100% there. Like, she's just chunky. She's getting chunky. Like, she's just purring away. She's just doing the thing. This is going to be my storm chasing cat. When I go storm chasing, this is what I'm going to bring with me. I'm not even joking. You want to go storm chasing with me? Like, what the hell? She's gonna go storm chasing. We're gonna put a probe on her, guys. We're gonna probe her. We're gonna get out of here. Go. She's gonna come right back for more too. I know she is. Yeah, we're gonna probe her. Get her a little helmet. Honestly, though, that would be wild. That would be insane. Imagine getting her a helmet. It has Jenny Purr on it. Babe, we should actually consider doing that. I'll find one online. You know, I honestly wonder if Jenny Purr loves me more or Hazel loves me more. We're gonna have to have a day where, like, we just battle them out and see which one loves me more. I don't know how we do that, but... Yeah, I'm talking about you. Giving me that look. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Mm-hmm. Yep. Crazy things. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, Colorado, you guys are good for tonight. Not expecting anything else. Actually, yeah. So your watch is gonna expire in about an hour and a half. Actually, you guys could see you got one little storm up here. That's left over here. It's actually getting ready to move into Nebraska, so up there in Holly. But other than that, you guys should be good for the rest of tonight. We're really just looking at gargantuan hail at this point here. Long line of storms here from Enid over to Pampa, Texas. Kind of like a bow echo kind of feature here. I'll just kind of draw in reference. So we've got this line of storms. As this eventually moves into this environment, we should start to see this thing weaken. I would love to go over the forecast here in a little bit. I'm not going to stay on here super late, guys, because I would like to sleep. I'm trying to just be consistent and try and get up early. If you guys remember, or if you guys were here this morning, my videos probably got put out the earliest that they've been put out in quite some time. I had videos out this morning no later than, I think it was 11 a.m., something like that. So, yeah. So here's what I'll do, guys. We'll go ahead and start to kind of talk about tomorrow. We'll come back to radar here in a minute. If you're in and around Oklahoma, just be mindful this line of storms is approaching your area here. The good news is there's not any severe warnings that are headed towards Oklahoma. We got one to the south here and one to the east of you guys. There will be some wind as this line of storms comes through in a beautiful shelfie. So, lots of wind and rain on the way here. Not expecting a tornado potential really with this here. That should be pretty much minimal at that point. We've got a couple cells off here to the west that are producing some, decent sized hail here. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and start our breakdown and what we're going to happen here. I know you guys are going to have questions. I know y'all are going to have concerns. If you guys will just kind of let me go through the process here, we'll talk about in depth what's going to happen, and then I'll answer questions afterward briefly. Really quickly, here is tomorrow's risk zone. We're going to go from an enhanced today to a marginal tomorrow. Very low end threat tomorrow. There is a less than 2%. So I want to talk about this really quickly to you guys. When the Storm Prediction Center does this and it says less than 2%, that does not mean it's zero. It does not mean it's zero. I have a lot of people ask me that and they're like, well, it's not showing up anything. You're not seeing like a highlighted area. The reason why that is because they don't have anything lower than a 2% that can be highlighted. It would just say less than 2%. So it doesn't say zero. It just says less than 2%. And believe it or not, a lot of the times, especially this year already, Princeton, Indiana is a fine example. We've had a couple other areas this year that are examples of actual tornadoes spinning up and doing damage in areas that are on less than 2%. So just something to be mindful of here. Less than 2% here in this area here, not zero, but in between. Wind threat for tomorrow is at 5%, and hail threat tomorrow is also at 5%. So tomorrow, very low end day. I'm not expecting to cover tomorrow. We'll have a weather update throughout the day and throughout the evening tomorrow night, as we do like we are doing now. But I'm not expecting really anything too significant out of this. They might do a slight risk in here. We'll see if conditions are favorable enough, but that's the Storm Prediction Center. I'm not them. We'll just kind of see what they do in the future with that. Going into the day 3 outlook, this is going to be for Saturday, so pay attention here for Saturday, guys. We've got another small little marginal risk for severe weather. I think this is actually going to get expanded a little bit just due to some of the model runs that we're seeing this evening and through tonight here so far. I'm seeing a little bit of an uptrend on Saturday's event, but like I said, tomorrow, Saturday, very low end days, kind of the same thing you guys have been seeing in this area, just not as significant. We're going to start to see what's the word here? We're going to start to see a little bit of a downtrend here. And then what's going to happen is as we go into the week here, the weekend, I should say, Let's talk here for just a second here. We do not have a day 4 outlook. This is going to be for Sunday. I'm talking about Sunday really quickly. What I think personally is going to happen is we're probably going to get tonight. It'll be upgraded. We'll get a marginal risk probably up here into, actually, let me redirect that. We'll probably get a pretty big marginal risk somewhere along the plains here for Sunday's event. That's a level 1 risk out of 5. They might also do a slight risk. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center wants to do with this. I will say right now, Sunday is definitely uptrending. Sunday has what's called a high ceiling, low floor day. When I mentioned that, and I mentioned that to you guys before, what that means is we could see a severe weather outbreak or we could see nothing but a couple general thunderstorms. And the reason why that is what we have what's called as a capping inversion. Everybody knows what a capping inversion is. It's basically a temperature inversion aloft in the atmosphere. It's when your temperatures are way higher than your dew points. You want to see your temperatures and your dew points closer to together, so that way your moisture can be able to held, basically be held in the atmosphere without drying out, basically. And so when you've got temperatures, in the upper 80s and the 90s throughout the day, and your moisture's in the 60s, it's the atmosphere is just not going to be able to be conducive and conductive for, thunderstorms in general. So we have to wait for the sun to set, or the temperatures to drop as the sun sets, and then storms fire off. So as of right now, we're going to have to watch here on Sunday and I'll walk you guys through the models on that here in just a minute. Jenny Purr, go. Go. I will fight you. Do not mess with the blinds. Sorry, guys. So that's what we'll be watching on Sunday. Wouldn't be shocked to see a risk zone issued here on Sunday. I'm not shocked there will be a risk issued on Sunday at some point. Hold on, guys. Go. No, you know what you're doing. Get out of here. Gosh. Yes, go into the bed. I tell y'all, she's wild. I love this cat so much, but oh my goodness. It's like she tries to wreak havoc in the house whenever I'm on stream. Every time. Yeah, so we're going to watch Sunday. I'll talk about that on the models. Everybody wants to know about Monday. Monday is going to be the big day, guys. Monday. Here it is. I mentioned this in my video this morning. The Storm Prediction Center upgraded last night to today for a level 3 enhanced risk out of 5 here. I know a lot of people are asking, is it going to go moderate? Is it going to go high? I don't focus on that, guys. I might mention it potentially in a video. But I will say this now. From a meteorological perspective, and from somebody that does not like to fearmonger or to scare people, and I want to be honest with you guys, I think a moderate risk could be on the table going closer, but we're going to have to wait for mesoscale features. Those are those in-depth details, tornado parameters, all of those parameters that we need. We won't be able to see those until tomorrow and into Saturday and into Sunday. So, could a moderate risk, level 4 out of 5, be introduced at some point after tomorrow night? Yes, it's definitely possible. Is this going to be a widespread high-risk tornado outbreak? I don't think so as of right now. We've got a lot of fail modes, a lot of potential things that could keep this from reaching its high ceiling, as well as also making it a high ceiling event. So we're just going to have to kind of wait and see over the next couple of days what happens with this event. But nevertheless, level 3 enhanced risk there in the orange for portions of pretty much all of Iowa, southern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, back up here into northwestern Missouri, far extreme eastern, northeastern Kansas, and eastern Nebraska. And then we've got a level 2 slight risk that extends all the way down here. And I know a lot of people pay attention just to that orange shaded color because it's the higher risk zone. Please do not sleep on this risk in general on Monday, guys. We have a very elongated trough. I'm going to walk you guys through that here in a second. We're going to have a lot of shear in the atmosphere, a lot of instability. We are actually going to have probably some of the biggest instability values we've had all year long, potentially producing up to 5,000 joules per kilogram going into this event on Monday. Also, as you know, as Connor just mentioned down there in the chat, the Storm Prediction Center did say a level 3 enhanced risk could be upgraded down here into Oklahoma City. So Kansas, Oklahoma, down in Missouri. I would expect this to actually probably get bigger. And I think eventually at some point, especially tonight, we're going to watch this overnight tonight, and we're going to see what happens tomorrow when we wake up. But I think this risk zone gets a little bit bigger, and I think that enhanced risk also gets a little bit bigger, and I think it shifts a little bit further south. There's just going to be a little bit of capping that could be an issue, but once again, capping can be a good thing for storms, and capping can be a bad thing. And here recently, when we've had capped out days, some wild things happen, today being one of those. So that's what I'm getting at is, you can sit here and you can speculate and think about, different things, but until basic mesoscale features, those fine details get introduced once we get about 48 to 60 hours out from the event, ain't nobody going to know what's going on with this damn thing until Saturday or Sunday night get here. I'm going to tell you that right now. Any meteorologist you watch, any storm chaser you listen to, whoever it is, they're not going to know anything until 60 hours out in terms of that, because it's just a confidence thing. So we know there's going to be shear. We know the dew points are going to be there. And we know the instability. We know the atmosphere is primed for a tornado potential or significant severe weather potential. We just have to wait for those fine details to get into play. So once again, that is your risk zone. I'm getting more and more and more concerned, especially for Iowa. I think Iowa is going to be a potential significant, if not a tornado, a potential regional tornado outbreak, at least as of right now. We'll talk about that here in a second as well. And then, guys, guess what? We're not done after that. We're definitely not done. We've got a day 6 outlook that extends from northeast Texas up through Oklahoma, back up into northwestern Arkansas, into portions of Illinois, pretty much the whole damn state of Indiana, western Kentucky, central and western portions of Ohio, and southern portions of Michigan. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and you guys can, if you want to take this, you can, whatever you decide to do. this is going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger. The amount of shear that is going to be displaced across the Ohio Valley and up into the Northeast, we will have severe weather in the Northeast. I think that the slight risk grows substantially tonight. I think it expands substantially tonight. We'll get a whip-de-doo surprise on this. This is going to be next Tuesday. So next Tuesday would be the kind of the last day for this this storm system before we get another one that kind of comes in behind it. And we'll talk about that here in a second. So that's kind of my notes in terms of what this is SPC. This is kind of my expansion that I think what's going to happen, or at least down the road here. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Once again, day 5, Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday. You can see where we're going to be looking at for that threshold. And they might also they could introduce a level 3 enhanced risk maybe up here for portions of Michigan. This is going to be the area right up in here that I think has the higher concern for significant severe weather, at least an upgrade potentially. We'll just have to see what happens once those dynamics get a little bit more here. So yes, guys, that is something that the Storm Prediction Center mentioned. It is going to be an overnight event. So Monday evening, this looks to be a Monday evening overnight event through Tuesday morning, fire off again Tuesday afternoon. So I really think once this event starts on Monday night, this is going to be probably about a 48-hour event. So it's not going to stop. It's going to go into Tuesday morning, and then instability kicks up and storms refire, and we get another setup, and then we get Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. So we're probably looking at we're probably honestly looking at Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's kind of my thoughts right now. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. And then, we might get a day 7, day 8 outlook for down the road here, but just a lot of potential on tap here for significant severe weather. Now, I do want to mention as well, like I said, everything, the models are not perfect. Things are going to mess up. You're going to have flaws. You're going to have all that stuff, etc. here. Let's go ahead and talk in depth on our models here. And we're going to go ahead and go with our newest GFS because it's in range. This is updating as we speak. We're getting raw live information here. This is data that hasn't been quite filled in yet. It's still updating. So we're getting the new OOZ GFS in. So let's talk about what's the word here? Let's just talk about what we're going to be potentially seeing here. Guys, I know y'all have upgrade questions. I don't know the answers to them yet. I'm just kind of speculating in terms of where I think the higher severe weather risk is going to be at. So I think a moderate risk is on the table potentially for Monday for Iowa, and I think an enhanced risk could be issued for maybe southern Michigan, maybe northern Indiana, maybe northern Ohio. We'll just have to wait and see. I could speculate all day long, guys, and show you guys where I think it's going to happen. But until Storm Prediction Center issues it, we'll see what happens. It's a might. It's not an if. It's not a will. It's a might. So we'll just kind of go from there. So here's what we're looking at right now. Let's talk about our jet stream. This is our 500 millibar height with winds. This is basically our mid-level jet stream. Kind of gives us an idea of where things are happening at. And you guys can see what caused our severe weather risk here today. A little bit of bulk shear. Doesn't take a lot of shear to cause severe weather. Doesn't take a lot of shear to allow for updraft thunderstorms. And you can see just enough today. Balanced out jet stream here. About 30 to 40 knots of bulk shear in the mid-levels, allowing for significant destructive large hail today. And then allowing for a couple strong tornadoes to develop as well. You're going to see that's going to move off to the north here. And actually tomorrow, like I said, there's actually going to be a little bit of a ridge that starts to develop here. And I want you guys to pay attention to the left side of your screen here. This is what we call a mega trough, or at least a trough ejection, I should say. Very, very strong southwesterly winds are going to start to move in off of the four corners here going through tomorrow afternoon. I expect this ridge to lift. It's going to move to the east. There will be a couple buckles in the jet stream. I also want to mention, let's watch the Ohio Valley tomorrow. And the reason I say that, there's a little bit of a dip here in the jet stream where there could be some cold air, some cold pooling aloft. With the instability that's going to be at place, we could get a marginal risk across the Ohio Valley tomorrow. It's a level 1 out of 5 for maybe some wind and for some hail. We'll have to see what the Storm Prediction Center does here when they update this. But I definitely think that there is potential for a marginal risk in the Ohio Valley tomorrow. Don't quote me on that yet. Just a potential. Just kind of given what our atmosphere is looking like, I definitely think that that's going to be potentially on the table here. So just something, like I said, to kind of take note on here. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday here, look at that trough move in. So we're actually going to have this little northeast troughing that's going to move in. Probably give you guys some rain up there in the northeast on Friday and Saturday here. As I expect, Saturday evening, we'll have a little bit of wind shear here in Texas and New Mexico. To give us the threat for some damaging winds, some hail, maybe a brief tornado. But once again, ridging is going to kind of take over underneath here. Maybe even a little bit of severe weather back into East Texas, Western Arkansas. But ridging should start to take over in the southeast and allow for instability. But I want you guys to watch. As we go into Saturday night and Sunday, we start to see Sunday's risk set up. And we don't have a risk zone on Sunday. But I want to mention right now, to me, what it's looking like is this trough is ejecting a little bit quicker than the last run. Let me actually pull a model loop up here because This is actually a little bit concerning because this is going to make Sunday's event a little bit bigger now if this is actually trending up a little bit. Let's go. Let's go back here. Bear with me here, guys, for just a second. Let's play this out here. I'm looking at the trends from the different runs. So the newest trend has us a little bit stronger coming in. Let's go to hour 66. All right. Yeah, so it's all dependent on, so this is basically a model loop of the last 48 hours of the GFS run. We're just kind of comparing here in terms of what we're looking at. And so, yeah, a little bit progressive and a little bit stronger on the newest run here. Just a little bit more wind shear down here towards the four corners. So this is going to mean a little bit more emphasis potentially on some forcing. So we're going to have to watch this. But I definitely think on Sunday, this is around 3 p.m. This is where I think we're going to have potential for severe weather at. Is going to be up in this caddy corner right here. Where you see that troughing ejecting at, that's where we typically would see that at. Northern Texas, all Oklahoma, all the way up to Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota. That's where we're going to have to watch for the potential here for some severe weather on Sunday. I bet SPC goes slight risk or maybe marginal risk with this here. Tonight. We'll have to see what they do with this. Oklahoma City, your storms are going to be there within the next hour, Taylor. Within the next hour there. So by 1 a.m. Central Time. Maybe a little bit sooner than that. Just depends. So that's key. That's a very important role right there. And then going into kind of watching the troughing evolve here on Sunday as well. Sunday evening, that troughing is ejecting. Let's go 75 hours out. Interesting. A little bit more progressive still. Here's going to be the biggest thing for Sunday night into Monday. Whatever does decide to set up, you do have a lot of divergence here. And I think Connor mentioned this on his stream as well. Divergence allows for lift. It allows for supercells to develop. And we can have a pretty decent open warm sector here for significant severe weather maybe on Sunday night. I wonder if this uptrends. I really wonder if this uptrends significantly over the next 48 hours. So we're talking about Sunday right now, guys. This coming Sunday. This would be the area that I would be watching for on Sunday evening. That's where your divergence is at here in the atmosphere with your shear. So we're going to have to watch. Yeah, this is... It gets really, really tricky here. Let's go 78 hours. So this is to midnight. Yeah, so you've got your trough ejecting, very, very decent and strong negatively tilted trough. I mean, this is backed by a subtropical jet stream and another trough coming in behind it. So you're gonna have pretty decent shear with this here. And then let's go to the next run here. Looks like the trough is slowing down. Interesting. Yeah, troughing is slowing down just a little bit here. Still a little bit stronger wind shear though aloft, so we'll have to watch that. And then going into, there it is. So that's gonna be Monday morning. We'll go Monday afternoon right around. So this is going to be peak event. So this is going to be Monday afternoon around 3 to 6 p.m. is where the peak event's at. You've got a strong negatively tilted trough up here to the left. You've actually got another low down here. You've got a surface low also developing it down here too, near Oklahoma, Texas, the Rockies line here. But just this is where the shear is going to be at. This is going to be where the most impacts are going to be, is right along where that jet speed max is at. And so when you've got winds aloft that are going from 80 maybe to 90, 95 miles per hour here, you're going to have significant tornado potential. And so this is where the Storm Prediction Center has that higher risk zone at, more concentrated in southern Minnesota here into Iowa. This would be the area right in here that I would be watching for that significant severe weather threat, possibly even a tornado outbreak there on Monday. Let's just take a sounding out of this. I'm curious. Oh, I can't take a sounding. I'll have to wait. And then going into the next time frame there. Yeah, this looks really gross. Looks very gross, guys. The whole state of Minneapolis is more than likely going to see storms. Central and southern Minnesota will be the worst areas. I don't like how the jet stream bottoms out like that either Tuesday morning. I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Yeah, and then what's going to happen is this jet stream is going to go more zonal on Tuesday afternoon, but still going to have the support for some potential significant severe weather in this area here. And I want you guys to also pay attention here as well. Did SPC just update day one? Oh, I thought they updated day one. Go back here for just a second. Oh, that's for tomorrow. Whoops. There we go. I want you guys to pay attention as well. So once we're done with this system on Tuesday, look at this, guys. This is the next little sneaky booger coming in here. This has started to uptrend pretty significantly. It looks like we're going to have another round of severe weather on Wednesday for another system coming down here in the southern plains again. So Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, the southeast might get in on this going into Wednesday here. So are there tornado chances for Oklahoma or just thunderstorms? There will be tornado chances for Oklahoma on Sunday and Monday both, and Tuesday. We'll just have to see. Yeah, I don't like this. This is a shortwave trough right here, and this does go negative. So we're going to have to watch Kentucky, Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, back down into Texas, the southeast here on Wednesday into Thursday. This is not and I don't like this. And then another little shortwave trough kind of mixed in there. I do think severe weather will continue in terms of, just day-to-day severe weather potential. And then, yeah, we're going to have to see what happens going into May. I'm a little bit biased on May right now and what's going to happen with the month of May. So I'm going to do a deep breakdown on Saturday. I'll do it on Saturday in my video. We'll talk about what May is going to do. But just from what I'm seeing right now, ridging is going to be a big thing. And then any type of troughing that can develop underneath that ridge will have a chance at producing a couple severe weather episodes. So, let me check back on radar here. Yeah, so Oklahoma City, you got a severe thunderstorm warning just to west of you. The good news is, guys, like I said, this line of storms is barely producing severe criteria. We're looking at 60-mile-per-hour winds from Ponca City to Oklahoma all the way down to Elk City here. This will be moving through Oklahoma City here within the next hour. Just be mindful, some damaging winds up to 60, 70 miles per hour and some large hail. So we'll have to keep you guys updated on that. Indiana tomorrow, general thunderstorms. Not expecting anything severe until we get to next week on Tuesday. Yeah, Minnesota, this is going to be your first significant severe weather risk this year. So I need you guys to be paying attention, please. This is not like a hold my beer and let me just watch this happen. This is like a significant severe weather event that could actually become very, very bad if things continue to go the way they're going. Just kind of watching our troughing come in here and seeing what this is going to do. What is our MJO doing up here in the waters? So this is going to have to swing down at some point. You do have some ridging still in between. Yeah, May is going to be interesting. I can't really speculate on what the month of May is going to bring in terms of severe weather potential. It's really hard. It's a little far out here. I know May's right around the corner, but in terms of like the middle month of May, we'll have to see what happens. What is our severe weather chart looking at here? I love this graph. This just kind of gives us an idea on where severe weather is going to kind of uptick at. So there's that. Just an idea of supercell composite. Kind of gives us, where we're going to see that at. So clearly that's this week. This is the severe weather potential here. Those brighter colors just show us where the greater severe weather potential is going to be at. This is between now and May 1st. So that's where we're seeing all that potential significant severe weather at. So guys, there's a very low in chance for an isolated tornado in OKC tonight. It's not 0, but it's less than 2%. So I do like to see this. This is something good. This is May 8th through May 15th. Not really looking at a lot of severe weather, and that could be due to that ridge that'll be in place. So this might be potentially our first potential week where we may not see a lot of severe weather, hopefully. So that would be some good news there. So I'll explain more of this to you guys tomorrow in stream. We're going to do more of a breakdown stream tomorrow as well. But I really just wanted to kind of get on here and kind of talk to you guys about what we're going to be seeing here in terms of Monday and Tuesday. And I want to go ahead and go to the low-level shear. This is our low-level jet in the atmosphere. It gives us an idea on where the higher tornado potential could be at. It's not set in stone every time because you can have some wild things happen. But going into Sunday here. Let's go Sunday evening. Yeah. I don't like that. Once again, severe weather potential up and around this area here on Sunday, even though there's not a risk zone yet. I think there will be a risk zone here soon. Oklahoma up to South Dakota here. We're going to have to watch some pretty decent low-level jet placed here. I think our tornado parameters are actually close to potentially being maxed out on Sunday. Once we get those NAM runs in, we'll see what that looks like. And then going into Monday evening here, I mean, it's, once again, timing is going to be a big thing. Low-level jet will definitely be significant. This is where we could see the stronger low-level jet winds on Monday evening. Those brighter colors just meaning stronger low-level shear. That's tornado genesis, basically, in a nutshell. Gives us an idea of where we could see that stronger tornado corridor at. That basically goes from Missouri up into Iowa, up into Minnesota and Wisconsin, and then that transitions east. And, you know, I really like, if I was a storm chaser on Tuesday, perceivably, I would be up in this area right up in here. I would be in southern and central Michigan, a little bit down towards northern Indiana and eastern Illinois if I was chasing. That's where I would be at, technically, in a nutshell. That would be in that little area there. That's just me personally, though. I know a lot of chasers chase from different reasonings, but we're going to have to watch this. Oh, Reed's way smarter than I am. I respect all of the PhD that he has. Dude's hella smarter than me. I'm still young. I still got a lot to learn in terms of just in general weather, so I'm not anywhere near that threshold. Pretty good at it, but not that good. Yeah, so we're going to watch here. We're going to see what happens on those days. And then going into Wednesday and Thursday, it looks like we could get some severe weather potential from Kentucky, Missouri, Boot Hill, back down to the Oracle Tech again on Thursday, Wednesday night and Thursday. We'll have to see what that does. And then, like I said, at that point, things just get a little bit uncertain. Another thing I want to talk about, guys, if there's any certainty, where does the certainty lie? Where's the confidence at and why we're going to get this big severe weather event next week? Well, we'll start out with the dew points here. Dew points are going to rip north here. I mean, this is the first time we've seen dew points this high far north at all this year. I mean, we've got dew points as far as the upper 60s, mid upper 60s here into Minnesota and Wisconsin. You're going to have a beautifully sharp dry line all the way down here, open warm sector out in front of this. This just provides ample potential here for significant severe weather and possibly, like I said, strong, long track, violent tornadoes will also be a potential thing, especially into Iowa, northern Missouri. I mean, this area right here, I feel for you guys. I really, really do. I hate talking about it. I hate talking about Iowa because you guys are known for seeing strong, long track tornadoes. You guys had one last year, Greenfield, Iowa, EF4. Should have been an EF5, but had produced 310 mile per hour winds inside that tornado. It was ridiculous, the tornado that ripped through Greenfield, Iowa last year. I still can't believe it was over a mile wide at 1.2. So just significant stuff that happens in Iowa here. I think Iowa's starting to turn more into the tornado hotspot for whatever reason that is. That's fine, babe. I'll do that here in a second. So that's kind of what we're looking at, guys, in terms of that there. Dew points will continue to go east there. We'll see that moisture be there, and then we'll do it again. I mean, we're going to do it again potentially on Wednesday, Thursday. So once again, I mentioned this to y'all last Saturday going into this week that we're in right now. There was going to be severe weather every single day. We've had severe weather every single day. It looks like next week we're going to see severe weather every single day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Again next week to kind of start the first month of May off, and then things like that after that may get a little bit uncertain. So I'll just show you guys one more thing. Instability values are just off the charts. We're going to have instability. Instability is not going to be an issue. And you can see going into Sunday setup here, beautiful amount of instability. Going into Monday as well, just ridiculous amount of instability. These storms are going to be explosive. They're going to fire off. It's going to be a nasty day on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to do it again. And once again, really watching up here into Michigan, just kind of taking some soundings here and just kind of looking. We got a little bit of a wind shear profile issue. All your winds are at the same direction, so it might be more damaging winds. But Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, I don't know specific locations yet, guys, so don't ask me, but we'll know more on that in the next little bit, next couple of days. But once again, very decent setup here for the Ohio Valley on Tuesday afternoon. Very, very strong instability values. We'll have enough shear in place for some damaging winds, some large hail, and then a couple of tornadoes, maybe even a couple of strong tornadoes on Tuesday. So we got a lot, guys. We got a lot going on in the weather world. I cannot say that enough. A lot going on. And then going into the next week there, going into Wednesday and then Thursday, we'll do it again. Again, Western Kentucky down towards Eastern Texas there. And then at that point, things just, like I said, get a little bit uncertain on what's going to happen at that point. So that's what we've got, guys. We'll have an update for you guys on the risk zones for tomorrow, for the next couple of days. Tomorrow, I'll just show radar here again one more time. I'm actually going to wrap up stream, guys, here in about 8 minutes. That way I can get some sleep. I just wanted to get on here to give you guys an update Make sure you guys are following me on here on TikTok and subscribe to me on YouTube. We do dual live streams on both platforms at the same time, so people are able to be in both. I can answer questions a little bit better on YouTube because there's not so much going on over there. We'll be in doing updates tomorrow. We'll have updates on Saturday. We will be in live coverage mode on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Once we get risk zones, we'll kind of assess that and see what needs to be done there. But we will be live for a lot going into early next week and middle of next week, guys. So it is going to be a very, very long week. I expect a significant potential tornado outbreak on Monday. Once again, up in the upper Midwest, the Ohio Valley. Chicago, you guys are in risk zones both on Sunday or on Monday and Tuesday. So you need to have a way to get alerts on your phones, guys. I will know more in depth on locations as we get closer. I probably won't be able to answer location questions in terms of what's going to happen until we get closer, which will be Saturday and Sunday. So that's kind of what we're seeing that there. So. Yeah, Omaha, you guys are smack dab in the middle of that risk zone on Monday as well. So I expect that there. One more thing I want to mention to you guys here. If you are interested in Mezzo Matte merch, my merch will be being released here in the next couple of days. Rochelle is working hard on that. If you guys have not checked out my official website, go check it out. It's freaking awesome. Court, good to see you in here. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. If you have not checked out my official website yet, mezzomattwx.com. It's linked to my bio. You can check out all the lovely, lovely tabs on here. The biggest one is right here, guys. Mezzomatte merch. You can get signed up. Just enter your email in here, and you can get signed up for when the merch shop opens up. That will be at some point here in the next couple of days. I am super excited. Rochelle is super excited. Y'all are going to want to grab that stuff up once it comes out. I'm telling y'all, it is going to be freaking awesome. Rochelle has just done amazing things in terms of getting this thing up and ready to go. So make sure y'all check that out. That can be, you guys can get those emails now. And as soon as it gets opened up, you guys will be able to see all the great things. And she's going to continue to work on things and get things added to that. So that will be for her. In general, you guys can check out the whole entire website. You can see my ugly face on here. And then everything else in general, she's just busted her butt on everything. So I appreciate her on that thing. So I will mention one more time, guys, if you're in the plains, if you're in the Ohio Valley, if you're in the Midwest, if you really, let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. Let's do it this way here. Let me, I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw a circle here. We're going to draw a circle. Hold on. Let's go here. If you're anywhere in the circle that I have drawn as of right now, you need to be prepared for severe weather over the next couple of days. It's a big circle. That is per Storm Prediction Center. I'm just drawing the circle to show you guys all the risk zones at once. Significant day on Monday. I am nervous for Monday, and I don't say that lightly because we have the potential for a tornado outbreak on Monday. It's definitely on the table. Is it set in stone yet? No, we're still a couple of days out from that. Things can downtrend, things can uptrend. You guys know that. It's the weather. The Ohio Valley, especially on Tuesday, including myself. Once again, I can't skate. Me and Rochelle cannot escape severe weather. We cannot have 1 week where we do severe weather coverage and not be in a dad gym risk zone. I'm not joking when I say that. We're in a risk zone again here on Tuesday. So it's really getting annoying at this point in terms of it. I love to cover weather, but I hate being in a risk zone every time it happens. So yeah, so we'll have an update for you guys tomorrow morning. I will be hopefully having videos out no later than 11 a.m. Once again, I'll probably get on here and do a live stream for you guys, a little brief update tomorrow at some point in the afternoon. Then we'll have our main live stream late tomorrow night, as always. So yeah, I'm super excited, guys, for what's to come with the stream in terms of hopefully we'll have eventually here. I'm working on, like I said, getting some storm chasers hired that want to work with us and partner with us. Just a lot of really good things. The merch coming out. You guys have been here. You guys have been here for all of it. You guys have been watching, so I appreciate it very much. But yeah, I'm going to wrap things up, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys back in here tomorrow. I won't be as exhausted and tired. It's after midnight, so I'm getting to that point. We will have a longer updated stream tomorrow for y'all, and hopefully some more information on what's going to happen. Hopefully some downtrends. That would be great. I'm about tired of this. Literally, I'm tired of this. I am. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I am literally that is my sound right there. That is how I feel currently in a nutshell. And we haven't even got there yet. So, did SPC just update? Did day 1 already come out? Let me close out of this here. Let me wait for it to come through on day 1 here. They're releasing day 1 again at midnight, which is interesting. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm checking my Discord to make sure that it is good. Yeah, they did upgrade today to a slight risk. Love that. I called that one. I called that at the beginning of the stream. Slight risk for Western Texas again and Western Oklahoma. You guys just cannot catch a break. Golly. There it is. It's coming in right now. SPC's website has just been super freaking slow over the last couple days, and I don't know what is going on with it. I don't know what's going on with it. That's not the risk zone. SPC seriously might watch us. They might. They need to get a grasp on their freaking website, though. This is annoying. Oh, I appreciate that, Paige. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all that support. It means a lot. It really, really does. Seriously. I would not be able to do this stuff without you guys being here and being supportive. Make sure y'all go and check out the links in my bio. You guys can get added to my Discord. It is free. That link is in my bio. Make sure y'all go check out and get signed up for merch. Merch will be releasing here soon in the next couple of days. You guys can get all my socials also in my bio if you guys want to keep up with me. As always, I appreciate you guys. Y'all are freaking awesome. SPC is on one, so I don't guess I'm not going to get to show you guys what I wanted to show you guys tonight, so we're going to have to sit here and can run and find out, I guess. This is annoying. I guess this is what happens when the National Weather Service gets defunded. This is what happens. All right, y'all. I'm just going to get off here. It's not going to work. I'll have an update for you guys out tomorrow morning. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the new follows. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you guys tomorrow, fresh, bushy-eyed tailed in the morning. Be safe, guys, out there tonight in Oklahoma. We got a couple more storms out there to get through. I don't expect there to be, like I said, a big-time tornado risk or any of that. Should be pretty much wind and hail. Other than that, guys, be safe, be weather aware, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.